Been a long time. I shouldn't have left you. Return of the boxing guru. I'm coming with so much flavor. I'm also known as the Wilder hater. But my videos here to please you. It's under the microscope here to teach you. You with the one and only boxing guru for this episode of Under the Microscope. We're going to focus in on Deontay Wilder's return 3 matches since that now they've been made public. First is going to be Charles Martin. Second is going to be Andy Ruiz. Third is going to be Dillian Whyte. In my opinion, I think this is an excellent selection for Deontay Wilder at this point of his career. Two of the fighters, Charles Martin and Andy Ruiz is part of my 8-man tournament that I wanted Wilder to start under Browns Bombers promotion. Charles Martin is stylistic, a good fight for Wilder at this point. Martin is a southpaw, so that means he'll be in line of fire for Deontay Wilder's shotgun right hand. So this is perfect. Plus, Martin liked to fight on the outside. He's not a pressure inside fighter, so it'll give Wilder a chance to stay long, to stay tall, work on foot movement, foot drills, foot angles. So this is very important if Wilder want to succeed against AJ or Fury in 2022. I think this is an excellent choice. Him and Shelley Finkel and Al Heyman came up with a good master plan. I agree with this one. If you look here in the video, AJ against Charles Martin, this is the perfect positioning, the distance that Deontay Wilder has to have. If you watch Charles Martin carefully, he's not an aggressive type of fighter. So this is very important. And this is why Shelley and Al and Deontay Wilder selected him, because he'll give Deontay Wilder plenty of opportunities to get his right hand off, keep separation like AJ is doing right here. This is very critical in Deontay Wilder's first return bout. Right here, you see how Charles Martin is not aggressive. He's staying in line of that right hand. So if Deontay Wilder connects with it, it would be lights out. See, perfect distance right here. Good feint. See how AJ is not falling off a place. I didn't like that right there. He fell in too much. Deontay Wilder does not have to rush his right hand. He can stay on the outside like right here. See, AJ is pawing with the jab. He keeping separation. Good foot movement. So if Martin try to come in, he can counter, step back, and drop the right hand. If you look carefully, watch AJ carefully. He's going to start shooting the right hand. He's keeping perfect distance. I didn't like that because it was a head clash. But right here, typically, he's going to keep perfect distance. That's a little bad right there because he's falling in. But he's trying to get that right hand. With Wilder, you don't have to rush it. He's long. He's quick right there, the right hand. See, this is Wilder. So perfect. AJ Martin stands right in line of that right hand. So this is a perfect opponent for Deontay Wilder first return. And then secondly, when he fight Andy Ruiz, this is a perfect fight for him. Andy Ruiz has the resume because he beat AJ. And this is set up to fight in comparison. So when Wilder fight AJ, in my opinion, because I think AJ going to win against Fury. So this will be intriguing. So my point is Andy Ruiz is too small for Deontay Wilder. This is a stylistic bad matchup for Andy Ruiz, even though Andy has quick hands, but he lacks the quick foot movement that he needs, plus the height. So Wilder can stay at bay, stay real long, and let Andy Ruiz try to work his way in, and Wilder hitting with heavy right hands down the pipe. So I'm looking for Wilder to showcase in that fight against Andy Ruiz. I believe they're using Andy Ruiz because he's a Mexican. He has a big following. Plus, stylistic, it's a bad matchup. Like I told everybody when Andy beat AJ with the upset, that I knew in the second fight that he wasn't going to beat AJ based on the science of boxing. a good big man beats a good little man. So this is a bad matchup for Andy Ruiz. So in my opinion, Wilder would be 2-0 with 2 knockouts. If you look carefully here in the photo, right here, the separation, this is why it's a bad matchup for Andy Ruiz. The height disparity, the reach disparity, so it would be critical in this fight. Right here, see how AJ is pawing with Andy Ruiz? He cannot get in. So Wilder must follow these game plans. Right here that AJ is laying out. If he follows this, even though Andy has quick hands, he won't be able to get in without being able to take big punches from Wilder, just like he did with AJ right there. That right hand that split him over the top. Wilder would have knocked him out because he would have landed flush and with more power and impact. So right there, that right hand. See, Andy Ruiz could never get in against a tall fighter. So this is a bad style matchup for Andy. And then thirdly, he's supposed to fight Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte is going through problems after being knocked out by Povetkian, and they having a rematch. So by then, Dillian Whyte would be probably more damaged goods because Povetkian is a strong puncher. So this is a good fight for Wilder because of the history, the trash talking, him and Dillian Whyte talk. So this would be an interesting third fight right before he fight AJ, in my opinion. So this is a good fight. Plus it's a UK fighter, so to get UK people ready for when Wilder and AJ fight each other. So this would be perfect. So in my opinion, these are carefully picked, selected opponents for Wilder that's tailor-made for his style, his height, his reach, and his power. So these are good for Wilder. Plus on the business side, 2 of these guys are big draws, so money-wise and money value, this is a smart move for Wilder. Because like I said, I want him to be part of the business and promotional side at this stage of his career. So this is perfect. So I definitely agree with this plan. But he just needs to put the rest of the other 6 candidates that I mentioned in the 8-man tournament under the undercard, so it can be creating new faces or more entertainment. So he'll have another avenue to go. So Wilder must take heed of that to bring on Luis Ortiz and the other ones, Adam Konowski out of Brooklyn, and bring in Dominic Brazil after he had that Otto Walling. If Otto Walling beat Dominic Brazil, bring him in. So you definitely can bring this in for Wilder at this stage of his career where he can mix and match under the promotional company and then fight AJ for a big payday. These are the words of the one and only boxing guru for this episode of Under the Microscope. I agree with the next 3 moves from Deontay Wilder and his team. If you look here at this video, AJ against Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte is the more dangerous opponent out of the 3, in my opinion, because of his agility and his aggressiveness. See right here, he can slip a jab from a taller person. He can get in the inside. He can make the taller person move his feet a little more when they don't want to. Right here, he can get you to open up and get counter, even though AJ is throwing bombs and stuff like that. You got to have perfect separation against Dillian Whyte. So this is a dangerous, tricky kind of fight. But with Wilder's separation and his length and his right hand, I think he will be able to get the job done against Dillian. Right here like AJ is doing. AJ has settled down into the fight now. He's keeping separation. Now he can feint, shoot the right hand, while Dillian Whyte learned Dillian Whyte rhythm like that and keep him at bay. So this is a good fight for Wilder at the end.
Subscribe to me if you want more of the Boxing Guru Show.
Come get it. Come get it. Come get it. Come get it. Come get it.
Come get it. Come get it.